Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NWA Into the Fire, the final pay-per-view for 2026 as we come towards the end of the year and into 2027. We'll see what is going to happen tonight, but running through some of the matches, we will see Yuka Sakazaki against Lexi Cabrera. This match was set up by Stephanie McMahon, with the winner of this match going on to face the NWA World Women's Champion Kenzie Page at a later date. So who is going to get that shot? We'll find out tonight. We will also see the official final of the American Dream Gauntlet as Ortiz and Doza go one-on-one in a ladder match. They both went through a grueling tournament to get to this point. They've both had their warm-up matches, they've both signed their contracts, but now they go one-on-one in the official final. And then in our main event, we'll see Punishment Martinez once again challenge Chris Brookes for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Brookes has managed to defeat Martinez not once, but twice. The second time he beat him in a triple threat, which also included Jordan Devlin. But can Punishment Martinez finally become the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, or will Chris Brookes' reign continue tonight? We'll find out this and so much more tonight at the final pay-per-view of 2026, NWA Into the Fire. So the show opens up with a women's tag team match for the NWA World Women's Tag Team Championships. This sees Valkyrie and Mei Suruga defeat Yoshiko and Tanya Grunge to become the new NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions. They've defeated Yoshiko and Tanya Grunge, and Mei Suruga pins Tanya Grunge to win the championships. Again, Valkyrie has only been signed for around a month. Mei Suruga on the last event did defeat Emi Sakura in her retirement match, but now they have become the NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions. In our next match, we see Max the Impaler defeat Sonico. Again, this is still on the pre-show. Does get a really good 62 rating. Max the Impaler doing excellent, getting a 70 rating. Sonico getting a 43. But a really strong match here on the pre-show. We'll then go to our final match of the pre-show as it sees Oliver Carter defeat Taka Michinoku in just over 12 minutes with an instant kill. Again, a decent 58 rating. Oliver Carter gets a 58, Taka gets a 49. Again, we do have a new referee, which is Aya Smith. She was formerly in the WWE. I'll show you her picture after the show, so you probably will recognise who she is. But she is here in the NWA. She is one of 3 referees we have signed now. But other than that, Oliver Carter does finish the pre-show with a big win over Taka Michinoku. The main show opens up with an excellent 56 rated match as Manic does manage to defeat Jordan Devlin in 14 minutes. Again, it is a really big win for Manic. As we know, he does hold the Austin Idol Memorial Trophy, whereas if he loses that, or if he loses any match at any point, then he will lose the trophy. It does give him an opportunity at the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship whenever he wishes, but if he is to lose, he will lose that trophy. But luckily, tonight is not that night, as he does defeat Jordan Devlin. We'll then go to a 6-man tag team match, as the Southern Six and Jack Cartwheel do manage to defeat Gucci, being Breeze, Matt Lee, and Robbie E in just over 11 minutes when Jack Cartwheel pins Robbie E. Again, it is a really good 54 rated match. Taylor and Silas Mason were off their game, but still get a decent 48 and 44. Cartwheel 51, same as Matt Lee. Breeze a 50 and Robbie a 47. But I'm sure that the rivalry between these two factions is not over yet. And speaking of these factions, Silas Mason and Alex Taylor take it upon themselves to officially welcome Jack Cartwheel into the Southern Six after their win tonight. So Jack Cartwheel is an official member of the Southern Six after he helps them defeat Gucci tonight. We'll then go backstage to see Colton Gunn. He's undefeated here in the NWA. He's won 2 matches. He defeated Colt Cabana and Dylan McKay over the past few weeks. And he says he will be remaining undefeated as we go into 2027. He doesn't have a match tonight, but he will be on NWA Power and he will have a match on that show. But he says he is going to remain undefeated going into next year. We'll then see another part backstage where Bully Ray is there with his hit squad. He says that Marsh Rockett and Odinson will be issuing an open challenge to any teams that want to come face them on NWA Power for their NWA United States Tag Team Championships. They don't care how many teams show up. They ended 2025 as champions, just like Bully Ray predicted when Bojack and Marsh Rockett won the NWA World Tag Team Championships. And he says they'll end 2026 as champions as well, with Marsh Rockett, Odinson and Bojack all holding gold. So we then have our next match. This is our usual eye candy match. See, it wasn't on the pre-show, but it does get a really good 67 rating. Again, it is a 6-women tag match as the Queendom of Kenzie Page, Ashley D'Amboise and Taylor Rising do defeat Brandy Laurent, Natalie Markova and Tiffany Nieves when Kenzie Page pins Tiffany Nieves. Again, it is a really good match here. Obviously, there's times where it lacks psychology. I wouldn't expect much psychology in an eye candy match. Kenzie Page is getting a little bit stale, so we may end up giving her a bit of a gimmick change as she goes into the Queendom and the regime with Stephanie McMahon. But a good win here for Stephanie's Queendom. We'll then see Masha Slamovich. She's shown again another outside broadcast. She says she's coming for what is hers in 2027, but she is not coming alone. So she will be returning to the NWA. We haven't seen her in a few weeks. She hasn't been in the title picture for quite some time now, but she says she's coming to take what's hers. So we'll have to see who she brings with her as well. As again, she says she's not coming alone. We'll then go to a good 60 rated match as Mike Mondo does manage to defeat Fuego del Sol to make another defense, his 5th defense of the NWA World Television Championship. He does only manage to defeat Fuego del Sol though after his manager Edith Surreal interferes. Again, if you remember, Edith Surreal did turn on Weber Hatfield at NWA Give It All, and we have not seen Weber Hatfield since that event. We don't know when he's going to come back. Mike Mondo has been calling him out week after week to try and get him back into the NWA, but we have not seen him since. So who knows when Weber Hatfield, or if Weber Hatfield is going to return to the NWA. So we then go to our next match for the NWA World Tag Team Championships, as Bishop Dyer and Spencer Slade in their first official tag match do manage to win the NWA World Tag Team Championships, defeating the regime of Number 1 and Preston Vance and the former tag team champions of Wildcard in Alec Price and Starboy Charlie after Bishop Dyer pins Preston Vance, but after a distraction from Mark Henry. Again, I don't think Mark Henry's particularly mind, or did he particularly mind, who was going to beat the regime. He just wanted someone to beat them. He wanted new NWA World Tag Team Championships so he can stick it to Corey Graves and Kane. But it is a really good 67 rated match. Spencer Slade gets a 67, one of his best performances yet. Bishop Dyer is 62. Starboy Charlie is 60. Alec Price is 73. But the regime do lag behind with a 50 and a 58. But it is a really good 67 rated match and new NWA World Tag Team Champions. We'll then go backstage to see a furious Corey Graves. He's furious at Henry for making the regime lose the NWA World Tag Team Championships, and he's going to bring it up with him on NWA Power. But he has Kane by his side and he tells Kane to go and get the reveal ready. Again, we don't know what this reveal might be, but based on what he's been saying to Kane, it is going to happen tonight. So we'll have to see what this reveal is. We'll then go to our match for a shot at the NWA World Women's Championship, as Lexi Cabrera does manage to defeat Yuka Sakazaki in just under 14 minutes with a fast roll-up. Again, this is a very good, clean match here between these two babyfaces. Again, it was all set up by Stephanie McMahon, and it does come with a conclusive winner, as Lexi Cabrera will be the one earning the shot at Kenzie Page for the NWA World Women's Championship. Again, we'll have to wait and see what Stephanie McMahon does in response to Lexi Cabrera becoming number 1 contender, because I'm sure she will have some shenanigans to put into place. We then go to a superb 81 rated match, as Ortiz manages to win the American Dream Gauntlet as he defeats Doza in a ladder match. Ortiz, however, during the match was taken out by number 1 and number 2 of the regime. So it seems like Ortiz has been working with the regime. Again, we'll have to wait and see what might happen, but I'm sure Corey Graves and Kane will have something to say about this. But it is an excellent 81 rated match. We then see Stephanie McMahon with Kenzie Page. She tells her not to worry about Lexi Cabrera. She may have won tonight, but Steph always has a plan to keep the gold in the regime and the queendom. So again, Stephanie McMahon is plotting something against Lexi Cabrera. But then we go backstage, see Ortiz just coming through gorilla position as he has won the American Dream Gauntlet. The first people to meet him are Corey Graves and Kane as they shake his hand as the official winner of the NWA Gauntlet, or the American Dream Gauntlet. Graves goes to the camera and he says that Henry can interfere in all he wants, but the regime will always be one step ahead. And his big reveal is the fact that Ortiz will always be the number one man in the regime. He is the man that's brought them in. He's the man that contacted them. And Ortiz has been behind this regime the entire time. He brought Corey Graves in. He contacted Stephanie McMahon about purchasing the NWA. So Ortiz is the man that masterminded this whole thing. And Corey Graves, Kane and Stephanie McMahon are now in power. So he is their main man. He is the one that's going to challenge Chris Brookes or Punishment Martinez for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. But speaking of that match, it is up next. And in an excellent 82 rated match, Chris Brookes does manage to once again defeat Punishment Martinez, but no roll-ups this time, no defeat in Jordan Devlin. He beats him cleanly, ending the rivalry between the two. It is a really good 82 rated match, better than the last match of an 81, which we saw Dozer and Ortiz, but it is a conclusive fourth defense of the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship from Chris Brookes. And he does get an 81 rating, Punishment Martinez gets a 73, and it is an end to this rivalry between the two men. But the show is not quite over yet. Brookes, again, he's defeated Martinez clean, but as he's celebrating, Kane appears on the ramp. As Brookes is distracted by Kane on the ramp, Ortiz comes and attacks from behind. The show closes with Ortiz holding up the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship as he stands over a KO'd, completely knocked out Chris Brookes. So Ortiz is now a member of the regime and is coming for Chris Brookes and the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. This show does get a 78, which I believe one of our best shows we have ever done. Again, you can see the fact that there's no production issues. That's because TNA have risen to medium once again. Again, we're only one production point below them, but they have risen to medium once again. But again, we do get a 78 rating, increase our popularity in 53 regions. So hopefully we can keep pushing towards medium popularity ourselves. But now we'll see where those popularity gains have been made and how much money we've made on this show. So we will be praising Ortiz, Chris Brookes and Max the Impaler for their outstanding performances on this show. So we'll see Ortiz is pleased, Chris Brookes is very happy, and Max seemed pleased as well. We don't have any injuries, so we'll look at our financial report. And we made $168,000 on this show. Got $34,000 in pay-per-view revenue, $178,000 ticket sales, almost $30,000 in merchandise. Again, our show costs are quite high, but we have made a good amount of money on this show. We'll have a look at our popularity recap. Again, we've gone up to 57, so we are only 2 points away from becoming medium popularity. Again, we've gone up to 49 and 47 in regions as well. We've gone up 1 in Canada and Ontario, a couple in British Isles, 1 in Japan, but we've also gone up in Australia as well. So a good amount of growth, the most important being that of the USA. Very close now to medium popularity. But since we're not a medium yet, there will be no media scrum, so I'll see you back at the home screen. So here we are back at the home screen. It doesn't look like there's a huge amount. Cody Rhodes has been loaned to TNA since their alliance. And it does seem like we were one of the best shows of the night. Again, we drew almost 10,000 fans. We were in a 10,000 seater arena, but we were only like 61 fans off our first 10,000 show. Again, we also see Prestige hiring Omos. I don't want to give away too much, but he is definitely on my radar after he left the WWE. We'll have a look at our male Again, almost high by Prestige. Our buy rate, 49,000, so almost 50,000 buys for Into the Fire. But we'll have a look at new referee, first of all. Again, I'll just have a look. Our broadcasting deals are expiring, but we are on Triller TV, so we won't need them. But we'll have a look at the new referee. I'll show you some of the new people we've brought in. So this is Aja Smith. I'll have a look what she was called in the WWE. So I believe she was under a different name. So she was definitely LaShawn in WWE. You probably will recognise her from her picture, but she's left WWE and signed with the NWA. I don't think there's any other new people that I've brought in recently that haven't yet been on the show. I believe everyone is still where they are. I will also show you very quickly some of the big free agents that are on the market at the moment, because there is quite a few big ones, whether that be people that have signed with small independent companies or people that are unemployed because they've recently left WWE or AEW. So just having a look through, there is a few people that catch my eye. Again, there is Big Bill. He is leaving AEW in 5 days. He's definitely someone I'm looking at. Christian Casanova, his deal is expiring, but we'll have a look. This is Carmelo Hayes. We'll have a look. He is being offered another deal by WWE, and definitely not one we can afford. I don't think there's much else. Jey Uso was fired by WWE, but that's because he was involved in a scandal, so we can't really get him in just yet. Again, Johnny Gargano, he would be good. He's on my shortlist, but he is out with a broken neck. Does look like Kofi Kingston is there, and he is meant to be leaving the WWE, so he will definitely be someone we're looking to bring in. But again, a herniated spinal disc, so he is out until November 2027, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to use him anytime soon. Again, we've also, like I said, got Omos. I don't think Nick Wayne has left anyway. He's just on a different deal. There's also, I don't think there's many other people that really, this is people over 50 popularity. So it doesn't look like a huge amount. We've also got, obviously, Roman Reigns, but he has ridiculous popularity, 90, and doesn't want to sign with us because we're too small for him. But these are some of the biggest free agents that are available at the moment. So if you've got this far in the video and want me to sign any of these, then feel free to leave them in the comments below. A few of these are on my shortlist. People like Samoa Joe have already been in and out of the company for his last few appearances and didn't give great ratings, but still are quite good. Can I also show you those between 49 and 40 popularity to show if there's any more people that you might want me to sign, but we'll have a look. Again, obviously, there is Giovanni Vinci, who's still around. Alex Zane, still someone that's very good. Dustin Rhodes, he is definitely someone I'm looking to bring in, but he is out injured with a broken neck at the moment. Again, there is quite a few people. I'll scroll through them, so if there's anyone you do want to see in the company, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Someone I'm really looking at the moment is obviously Roxy or Roxanne Perez. She is confirmed to be leaving the WWE, so she's definitely someone I am looking to bring in. I believe Zachary Wentz as well has left TNA, so he is technically a free agent, even though he works for 2 little independent companies. So he is someone I'm looking to bring in as well. But if there is anyone you do want me to sign, and you've got this far in the video, do leave them in the comments below. But for now, if I go back to the office area, I will see you at NWA Power, our final shows of 2026, our final NWA Power of 2026, before we then go into 2027. So if you have made it this far, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon if you do want to be notified about future videos. But thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on NWA Power.